Hello, welcome to all. This is the Prabaharan, head of the department chemistry JJCET. Now we have discussed the batteries and its application. This is the very most important in our society. Yeah, battery and its applications. So first we know that what is the battery? A battery is a device that stores electrical energy in the chemical form and converts into the electricity and the power of electronic devices. What is the battery materials? The battery materials include the four main components, which is also known that the cathode, anode, and the electrolyte and separator. Common materials include the graphite for the anode and lithium, nickel, cobalt, and the manganese oxide for the cathode. And electrolyte main comprise the lithium salts and the organic solvent like sulfuric acid, potassium hydroxide, and additives to enhance the electrolyte and stability and conductivity. While the copper and aluminum are used for the current collectors, the separators it is nothing but to separate the anode and the cathode component. Like that, the porous plastic membranes like PVDF, that is the polyvinylidene fluoride, are used to keep the cathode and anode from the touching while allowing into the positive ion through it. The plastic used for the battery housing outer component, which is used to the plastic. Now we have discussed what is the battery types. So battery, it is an organic device or inorganic device. It is used to convert the electrical energy into chemical energy or chemical energy into electrical energy. The types of battery is nothing but primary battery, and the most common types is primary and the secondary battery. So now we have discussed what is the primary battery. The primary battery is nothing but non-reversible battery. That means it is nothing but the battery or cell in which the cell reaction is non-reversible. Thus, when the reactants are completely converted into the product, no more electricity produced and the cell becomes dead. This is known as primary and non-reversible battery. For example, we have known that the dry cell or alkaline battery. So the primary battery, it is nothing but it is a non-reversible battery. That is the electrochemical reaction is not a reverse. It is conducted only the forward reaction only. So after completing the full forward reaction, the battery becomes dead. It is not capable to recharge. For example, the dry cell. So alkaline battery, dry cell, the primary battery example. What is the meaning of alkaline battery? The battery is an advanced form of the dry cell. Without the fluid components, here potassium hydroxide used as an electrolyte and alkaline form. That's why we have called the alkaline battery. Therefore, it is called the alkaline battery, and it is also example for the primary battery. That is the alkaline, it is nothing but here the electrolyte having the alkaline form. So what is the cell reactions are present in the alkaline battery? We have know that the anode and the cathode, two compartment. The anode, it is nothing but we have the oxidation reaction. The cathode, we have nothing but the reduction reaction. Anode, it is nothing but oxidation is the loss of electron, because the anode having the zinc and the cathode having the manganese dioxide. The zinc is nothing but to oxidize the 2 electron to give. So that's what it is the anode component. Then the zinc 2 plus reacted with the hydroxide ion to form the zinc hydroxide and deposited on the anode electrode surface. And the cathode, it is nothing but the manganese dioxide in the presence of moisture. It will be absorbed or taken out the 2 electrons from the anode. And the manganese are converted to the manganese trioxide, and we have getting the hydroxide ion. The overall cell reaction, it is nothing but zinc and the manganese oxide in presence of moisture to give the zinc hydroxide and manganese trioxide. This is the overall cell reaction. So what is the advantages and the uses of the alkaline battery? The main already we know that what is the alkaline battery and alkaline cell reactions. The main applications and the uses of the alkaline battery, it is nothing but the zinc metal does it dissolve in the basic medium. This is the most advantages, and the lifetime of the cell is more, and it maintains its voltage or current and draw it easily. It is used in the calculator and the commercial uses, camera and radio, etc. Now we move to the another one, battery. Before move to the secondary battery, we have the one questions. What is the reason alkaline battery being advanced from the dry cell? So dry cell, it is nothing but most of the common one, but the alkaline battery is a dry one from the dry cell. Why? Generally in dry cell we have used the ammonium chloride and electrolyte. It is nothing but it is acidic nature. Therefore, the outlight components are easily corroded. But in the alkaline battery, zinc container does not get corroded because we are using the potassium hydroxide. Therefore, the reason is alkaline battery is being the over advanced form of the dry cell. Next, we move to the secondary battery. The primary battery already we have discussed the non-rechargeable battery. It have capable not after full completely used it not capable to rechargeable one. So now we have discussed the secondary battery and accumulators. What is the secondary battery? The electrochemical reaction can be reversed. They are used again and again and produce the electricity continuously. It is known as secondary battery. That is the secondary battery used again and again. That is the electrochemical reaction once conducted forward and reversed. This is the secondary battery accumulator. It has the capable to rechargeable one. For example, we have know that the lead acid battery, nickel battery and the lithium ion battery, LIB, it's known as. So first we have discussed one by one our secondary battery, lead acid battery. It can operate both the voltaic cell and as an electrolytic cell. It is easily rechargeable one and used again and again. The example for the secondary battery, therefore it is known as lead acid battery. So what is the cell reaction present in the lead acid battery? Here it is now the two component already we have discussed that the anode having the oxidation and the cathode having the reduction. What is the oxidation here? Our lead is oxidized to get the 2 electrons, to give the 2 electrons. Then the Pb2 plus reacted with the sulfate ion to deposited on the anode surface lead sulfide. And cathode, the cathode material having the lead oxide, it will be in presence of sulfuric acid, it has taken away the 2 electron to convert it to the lead sulfide on the surface of the electrode. The overall reaction, it is nothing but lead oxide in presence of sulfuric acid to deposit the lead sulfide. Already we have discussed the secondary battery is rechargeable one. Therefore, it is nothing but when the recharged, the cell reaction is reversed. The lead sulfate, it will be converted into lead. That is only the best example for the cell reaction of the lead acid battery. So another one battery we have moved to the lithium ion battery. It is an example for the secondary battery. It is the most commonly you know that our society using the lithium ion battery or LIB battery or lithium ion cell. It is also known as secondary battery. Lithium ion cell contains a movement of lithium ion. Therefore, it is called responsible for the charging and discharging reaction. Working it is nothing but whenever the battery is used in the commonly mobile phones and the camera etc. Whenever the charging reaction takes place, here only charging and discharging responsible only for the lithium ion. The lithium cobalt oxide, the lithium ion is oxidized to go to the graphite electrode and the lithium 1 minus X. After the discharging, full charging, after the discharging again, the 1 minus cobalt oxide is get out the electron and to go to the lithium cobalt oxide. And another one move to the nickel cadmium battery, NiCad battery. It is also one of the example for the secondary battery, the rechargeable battery. It can operate both the voltaic cell and the electrolytic cell as known as, and easily rechargeable used again and again. That is the best example for the secondary battery. Also know that the cell reactions anode and the cathode, again we know that the well-known anode have the oxidation, cathode have the reduction. The anode material having the cadmium is easily oxidized to give the 2 electron, and the cadmium 2 plus reacted with the hydroxide, cadmium hydroxide at the anode places. Cathode, it is nothing but a nickel oxide. In presence of moisture, it has captured. That means reduced to electron and to get the nickel hydroxide and to form the 2R. The overall cell reaction, cadmium, nickel oxide in presence of moisture to get the cadmium hydroxide and the nickel hydroxide. Again, it is a chargeable reaction. It is a rechargeable, reversible reaction. It is getting but the cadmium and nickel when we have applied the electron to get it that again cadmium and nickel oxide. This is the charging and the recharging reaction for the nickel cadmium battery. It is also one of the example of the secondary battery. Till now we have discussed the primary and the secondary battery examples. The primary we know that there is no alkaline battery. Secondary we have discussed the 3 different battery, lead acid battery and the lithium ion battery and the NiCad battery. Okay, we have got how to the battery pack up the energy. The battery backup, it is not the assembly of multiple individual battery cells connected together provide a higher voltage or capacity for the particular application. They are used in the everything for small electronic devices, large electric vehicles. So steps involved in the battery pack is how to battery pack design. So step one, select the battery cell and pack the specification by the battery size. First we have considered the battery size and the specification, how much amount of energy is stored. And step two, it is nothing but the designing the battery pack. It will be like electrical and structural control. What about the electrical package, structural control? What about the needed? We have step two, the designing. The step three, testing the battery pack and ensure its safety. The third step, it is a very important step for the safety of the society. And the battery package, how much amount of current or packages. These are the three main steps. The first step, it is nothing but the battery cell package design size. And the second one, what about the battery pack? The electrical structural control design. And the third one, testing the battery pack and what's about the ensure the safety of the society. This is the battery pack. So, importance calculation for the battery pack. Battery having the package, how to calculate, how much amount of energy is calculated. To calculate the battery voltages, V equal to NV. So N equal to number of cell, V equal to cell voltage. That means the voltage, the battery having the voltage, how to calculate the formula, V equal to NV. The N is number of cell connected in between or within the battery. And V is the cell voltage. Each cell having the how much amount of voltage consolidated. To calculate the battery backup size, it is nothing but size equal to VA, capital V and capital A. V is a voltage and A is ampere, the unit. To calculate the weight of the battery, how much amount of weight, whenever you have package size increased there, what about the weight? Weight is equal to SC. SC equal to pack size and S is the capacity of the battery. And application of battery pack. What is the battery pack? What is the needed? What is the society needed? The battery pack applications. Portable devices, home devices and electrical devices, renewable energy and emergency power. These are the variety of the applications we have considered to conclude the battery pack material. And the battery safety aspect, it is a very important one. When we have used the battery in a number of places and number of society times, number of persons, but does it know that what is the, how to the battery safety aspects, how to handle battery safety? It is a very important title soon. First, handling and storage, personal protections, wear safety gloves and face the shield and the protective gloves to guard against acid spill and sparks. Whenever the battery uses, the spark is spread out. That does not affect to our face. Therefore, we have the glass and the face shield and the protective gloves and the guard. And avoid the damage. Do not use the battery that appears the puffy damage or leaking. The battery does not having any leakage and breakage due to the working conditions. Therefore, to avoid the damage we have before using, we have thoroughly check up the battery. Keep dry and cool. Store batteries in cool, dry and well ventilated location away from the direct sunlight and keep moisture. The moisture, sunlight, heat does not directly contact to our battery because it is affect to the battery size and the battery capacity power. That's why batteries keep and dry, cool places. And prevent the short circuits. Remove all metal objects such as jewelry and prevent accidental contact with the battery terminal and the short circuits. Use and safe bags. Whenever the battery does not use it, it will be kept in the safe bags. For lithium batteries, a LiPo safe bag can help to contain the heat and the flames into the even fire. And the second one, charging. During charging, what about the safety aspect? What about the safety process we have followed? Ventilations. During the charging process, the batteries are present in the ventilation. Needed the ventilation. Always charge the batteries in well ventilated area to dissipate the any gases produced. And use powerful approved chargers. Before using the battery, we must consider the approved chargers only used during the charging the battery. Only use the chargers and the card specifically designed and approved by the battery or device manufacturers. Avoid the overcharging. Most of the persons did this mistakes. So you don't avoid overcharging. What about the battery backup? What about the battery charges time? You must know that before using the battery. Avoid overcharging. Disconnect the battery once fully charged. And never leave the charges in identity. Unattended the charging. During the charging process, you cannot use any electrical vehicles because the battery is disturbed during the charge. So unattended charges and the cool down. Allow batteries to cool down before charging them after uses and they have the charge there. So third one, it is very important one. In case of any incident during the battery usages in our society or in our house, any oil spill, As it spells, if lead acid battery acid gets on skin and clothing, immediately neutralize it with the baking soda or water or ammonia solution and then rinse it with the water. Whenever using the lead acid battery, it will be spilled out and release it some amount of acid and which will be spilled out of faces or hand, and immediately you will go to the clear the water and ammonia or any one basic solution. It will be neutralized one, cannot affect to the skin or faces. And eye contact, you cannot directly contact to the battery. So flood the eyes with cool and clean water for approximately 15 minutes. If acid enter in the size and abnormal behavior, immediately disconnect any battery. The battery has any abnormal, if unwanted, the size distribution enlarges, unwanted, give the unwanted sound. Immediately disconnected any battery that emits the unusual smell and becomes usually hot and it changes effective. So this is the battery and its application society. If you have any doubt, please contact our inquiry. Thank you very much.